everybody, Courtney here to give you some strategies for a low buy, no buy that I'm employing because I am on a low buy for the month of March. I have done no buys in the past for days, weeks, months, or even a year, and it was so good. I was just had so many benefits from the year that I did a no buy. I had some guardrails just about what I couldn't buy, and at that time it was no new clothes, no new shoes. I could buy from thrift stores, but only if I sold the clothes and used the money that I had from selling clothes. I have a place where I sell my clothes, a boutique. And I also had no new books or any kind of like accessories. And it was such a great year. It really helped me so much. It cut down on decision fatigue. It cut down on my looking. It helped me be more creative. It was just, I even lost weight that year. And I think it was just because I had more of a focus on filling that time with activity and being more creative. I also kind of was watchful of my spending in other areas, so it cut down on things like eating out. But it was very, very helpful, and I'm very glad that I did it. But one thing that I employed was planning, and that is something that I do now. Number one is making a plan. Proper planning prevents poor performance. I'm sure you've heard that before. So this week, for instance, I had a meal plan when I went to the grocery store. And when normally I have a larger budget for the grocery store, but this week I was only buying things that I needed to prepare the meals. I wasn't buying anything extra. I wasn't trying to stock up on anything. I also have a plan for the activities with a price point next to each activity. So I have my weekly going out with my son tomorrow. That's very important to me. So I have a price on how much I'm willing to spend for that. I have a date day with my husband on Sunday. That's very important to me. I have money set aside to do that. And a little bit different with a low buy is you're still going to do some of the activities. You're just going to be mindful to keep them in a budget, and you're going to add excessive activities, if that makes sense. The next one is to stretch what you have, to use things up. So an example would be, I really only got things to make meals. Normally I buy the water enhancers. I did not get those this week. I went through my cabinets. I found tea. I made iced tea. And I'm using like the stevia and low calorie sweeteners for that, and just making myself tea, trying to be more mindful. Those are things like growing up that we did anyway, and you get kind of out of the habit. You don't even think about the fact that you're throwing that $4 water enhancer, in your bag, or in your basket. I don't if I needed shampoo or conditioner, which I might run out, I'm not going to go buy any before I look to see if I have any samples or anything that I can use up. If I needed, I don't use shaving cream, but if I needed shaving cream, I would use hair conditioner. If I was out, if I wanted yellow mustard for my veggie burger, and I had Dijon but no yellow, I'm going to use the Dijon. If I didn't have the vegan cheese for the veggie burger, I'm not going to eat cheese on the veggie burger. Things like that. Just being really mindful of getting down to basics. It will help you reduce decision fatigue. It will help you maybe find things you like that you didn't even know you liked. And it'll help kind of inform you of ways to save money that you might not have even been thinking of. Number 3 is to have a budget and a goal and track your spending. I know everybody's just budget, tracking spending, that's the worst. Well, it can be, and I decided to track my spending. You don't have to. I was going to use cash to go to the grocery store, and I kind of decided I didn't want to mess with it. So what I did was I gave myself a budget. I gave myself a goal first, which was to save half of our paychecks this month. And the budget that I have set aside, and I go on every couple of days and I look to see where we are with the credit card that I'm using to buy everything. And I know kind of where we are or how much I have to spend. I gave myself a $100 grocery budget this week. So I'm using that and I'm tracking what we spent. I wrote everything down the other day when I had to go run errands. And I will say this, you have to be careful in this day and age, because no longer can you just stay home and not spend. You can spend thousands of dollars from your cell phone. and it's set up that way, and that is a really bad habit. Amazon will send you things. You'll get things from influencers. You have to be very, very careful, even if you're staying home, especially if you're bored, not to spend online. So I made sure I did have to buy a couple of things online. I had to do some stuff for our vacation, and I made sure to write that down in the budget of what I was spending and take that off of how much, I needed to plan to have left over for the week. So, all right, the next thing is using your time to be creative. So I've been cooking more from scratch. I've been keeping my house really clean. I've been exercising at home. I do those things anyway, but I'm doing more of them. Not doing any extra running around, and just like looking at things and getting inspired. Like, how can I take my house, which is kind of layered with, I would say, winter decor right now, and liven it up and make it more springy. So for instance, I got out a beautiful little tablecloth that was my grandmother's and put it on the table. The daffodils are about to bloom, so once they do, I'll go out and cut a bouquet of daffodils for the table. Just being really good at being creative and not having to spend so much money making our snacks, using the time that you have to do things yourself that you might pay people to do. And also, I would like to add, number 5 is get inspired by people who inspire you. Books, podcasts, library books. Don't watch the influencers who are like, you have to take this vacation in Bali. Maybe you're going to take a camping vacation. For me, I'm going to stay with my son for a week. He's graduating with his master's degree. We're renting a car on Turo. I got the plane tickets paid for except for the taxes. We got a shuttle from the airport to where he lives, and we're not going to have to rent an Airbnb. The plane tickets is probably going to cost us about half the cost that it normally would. He's about to have a baby as well, so I'll be going back out there for that. But I'm trying to find ways to do things cheaper, and I feel like I kind of got off track there. But let's go down to number 6, which is good, better, best. How can you get the same value for cheaper? So with the vacation, I'm going to probably have the same value staying with him that I would if I stayed in an Airbnb. I won't have my own kitchen, but I'm going to try it and see. And if that works out, I'll probably stay with them from now on, because I do want to help more with the kids. He has 2 stepchildren, and I want to treat them all the same as my grandchildren. I haven't even met them yet. I'm looking forward to that. And then he's about to have a baby as well. So that's going to be, it's going to be a lot less expensive, but I'll have to see how the value that I achieve from that, from not having my own space, is. Doing things like going and instead of getting the expensive car wash, getting the cheapest car wash, doing it less often, all those kinds of things. Not buying. So for instance, I didn't buy the big thing of organic spinach this month. I went ahead and just got the store brand spinach. It's not going to kill me to not have organic. A lot of people every day cannot afford organic. And the way I feel about it is it's just more important to have to eat healthy overall than to worry about spending your money on organic if it meant not eating healthy. So I do buy organic quite a lot, but I do want to try to stick to my budget, and it wasn't in the budget this week, and that's everyday life for many Americans or many people around the world. So just having a good, better, best idea. How can I have the same quality of life? I can work out at home for free. I don't get anything else. I am going to join a gym soon, but that's more to get my mom to go to the gym. Can I get the same value having a clean car as if I took it and had the $25 car wash? Can I shop my closet, use Pinterest for inspiration rather than going to TJ Maxx and spending $100 right now? Yes, I can. So I hope this has been helpful. These are just things that I do, and let me know if you're joining me in the low spend, no spend this month, what you're doing and what strategies you're employing for your own financial well-being. Thank you so much. If you like this, please like and subscribe. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.